Isekai genre pertains to the shows where the protagonist ends up going to another world for various reasons. Usually, it's by dying in his original world and getting reincarnated in another. Summoning the protagonist is also common. With that in mind, it's customary for most of the protagonists to have an unusual power at the start of their isekai life, which makes them stand out. Many people love the ones who are extremely strong or overpowered, and so today we'll be going over 5 isekai anime where the overpowered main character is transferred to another world. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 5. Spirit Chronicles. A young boy named Ryo, living in the slums of a fantasy realm's capital city, suddenly awakens to his memories of a past life in modern Japan. Confused by the sudden influx of Haruto's memories, Ryo soon finds that they give him a bit of an edge, namely in that he can use a magic-adjacent system known as spirit arts. After using his new skills to rescue a kidnapped princess, Ryo is admitted to an academy for nobility, where he's unfairly treated and framed, resulting in him fleeing the kingdom to search out his deceased parents' homeland. Along the way, he meets a young werfox named Latifa who has been sent to kill him. Once he frees her from that compulsion, he discovers that Latifa is also reincarnated from modern Japan. As Ryo continues his journey, he and Latifa venture to the village of the spirit people, who tell him that a powerful spirit is sleeping inside of him. What will happen when the spirit eventually awakens? And when, years after he first became aware of his past life memories, people from Haruto's life suddenly appear in the fantasy world alongside summoned heroes? It's definitely going to take all of Ryo's and Haruto's knowledge to figure out what's going on and how to keep everyone safe. Number 4. Death March to the Parallel World. Rhapsody. Satu is a game creator who often dreams about being inside the game he is working on. One day, he wakes up in another world and thinks that it is a dream since the features he put for the game's main character are still intact. Well, it is safe to say that it is really the game he is working on, but, of course, it is not a dream and he is really in another world. Since the features he put are there, he knows how to use them, naturally making him an overpowered MC. Satu can also upgrade his skill from level 1 to level 10 depending on the situation. I think it's safe to say that he is in control of everything. Number 3. The Fruit of Evolution. Seirei is an overweight kid who is always getting bullied in his school because of his appearance. That said, he is a kind-hearted teenager who won the affection of his caring seniors. One day, all of the students from their school except Seirei get transported by God to another world to become heroes. God noticed that he overlooked that Seirei exists, so as compensation, he gave him a special ability and transported him separately to a different part of the world where he could get stronger than anyone else. There, he eats the fruit of evolution and suddenly becomes handsome. Not only that, but he also acquires some skills whenever he thinks about them. Surely this is enough to say that he is really an overpowered MC in this anime. He can do whatever he wants because of this feature. However, whenever he acquires a certain skill, it makes him less human. When I say less human, it doesn't mean physically, emotionally, or mentally. It's like he is different from all of the people in the world and they cannot reach him in terms of intelligence and power. Another thing that is interesting in this anime is that the main heroine is formerly a gorilla who transformed into a beautiful girl. Since there's the main heroine, it means that there's a romance. However, as the story progresses, the MC encounters more romantic interests which possess different traits. So if you are interested in an anime where the character is continually evolving along with his harem, you might enjoy this show. Number 2. So, I'm a spider, so what? In another world, a powerful spell cast during a battle between hero and demon lord opened a dimensional rift which destroyed a Japanese high school classroom, killing all within. Perhaps as a result of that rift, both the students and teacher have been reincarnated into that fantasy world, one where a divine system of skills and game stats defines everything. Many of those students have been reincarnated as humans, including one who's reborn as the 4th son of a king. However, at least some have come back as monsters instead. Chief among those is a girl reincarnated as a 3-foot-long spider in the land's vast, labyrinthine underworld. As one of the underworld's weaker monster types, she must develop her few abilities and rely on her wits to survive. Her successes are greater than she knows, however, she starts attracting unwanted attention. Number 1 Skeleton Knight in Another World. Upon awakening, an unnamed gamer finds himself in the avatar body and armor that he uses in his online game. Seeing his reflection in a river, he is shocked to discover that his appearance is that of a skeleton. In unfamiliar territory, the gamer decides that it would be best to hide his appearance by never removing his helmet and search for inhabitants. He spies a band of bandits attacking a group at a distance. While contemplating whether or not to get involved, he springs to action after seeing the bandits about to rape 2 women and kills the men. The women introduce themselves as Lauren, a noblewoman, and Rita Farron, her maid. Introducing himself as Ark, the knight agrees to escort the 2 ladies to the town of Rubiarut. Though he refuses a reward, to avoid meeting Lauren's father Viscount Buckle du Louviere, as it would cause complications should the noble ask to see his face. Rita gives him a copper passport to allow him easier passage through any city in the territory.
For the thunder.